We know what's gone wrong, we know what the problems are, and we know what questions are being asked by the breakdown of old models. I think we're beginning to recognise that there's a need for a greater connection with audience, and somewhere in there is the answers to the future of cinema. And what Cinema Reloaded does is to try and look positively and say, we've just got to take this problem, we've got to see the solutions, and we've got to start making progress ourselves.
In 25 years, but it's completely illegal.
I think the old cinema model is very difficult for people unless you've got a huge marketing budget, and even just working with cinemas, it's so hard to understand. They can't even tell you when your film is going to be playing. But I think in the future it will be more, cinema on demand, people themselves organising screenings.
The internet will power a lot of the relationships, that's absolutely true. The interaction is going to take place online, which is obvious. But I think that the real big winner out of this in lots of ways will be the theatre, because with digital cinema and the ability to be able to change films quickly, the ability to change programming, you add that ability as the cinema to the ability to mobilise audience to get content into cinema.
I think the Cinema Reloaded project is absolutely brilliant, and I'm so pleased that they're doing it, because often when I speak about crowdfunding, people say it only worked because of the issue, because people are so scared about climate change. But I think Cinema Reloaded can prove that this crowdfunding model can work for fiction films, it can work for films of comedies, romantic dramas, and any films. It's really exciting, and I just hope that I really wish it all the best.
What do you do yourself to raise extra producers?
That's the question. That's the big question. I don't know. We'll try to keep people updated with things that are relevant to the project, and hopefully that will raise more interest,
I have all the email addresses of my co-producers, and I will them write a letter, but first I have to think clearly what I can offer, how our interaction can be, and I will also have their ideas of interaction. And I'm making a research and then a second proposition.
It's happening now. I think what we will see is an acceleration over the next few years as problems with the old models become more aggravated, and that's going to happen as 35mm dies off and as the internet and social networks become more prevalent.
Today I met someone who put 40 coins in the film, and I'm like, whoa, but that's your money, I feel guilty. But then, if people want to do it, then that's great, because there is a reason for them to want to do it.
How much should the audience be involved? What's the relationship between the auteur and the people who are going to watch the film or are going to invest in the film? And I think what we're seeing with this project, which is different from any other at this stage, is it's going to actively try out some of the different kind of interactions. And this is a learning. This will be a project that everyone can learn from.
I have the feeling being in a little ship going in the big ocean, and then we find the final solution how we can save the ocean.